Nearly said Geordie Jones. So. We're here at Wembley Stadium where Newcastle United made history this evening with a 2-1 Carabao Cup final win against Liverpool. 70 years wait for a domestic honour out in an instant. Newcastle, the shortest trophy drought in world football. Eddie Howe and his players did it today. Joe Buck, your thoughts? Where do you start?
I know. They did it against the best team in the country. Let's just say that now. Liverpool were. But yeah, to put in a performance like that at a stadium where they haven't put up any performances in 70 years, even the other visits. It's incredible to do it, and they deserved it from minute one. They were really good. We were speaking in the first half saying we're worried that they didn't get that goal, and whether that
needed something.
Whether that would cost them at the end, because we know how good Liverpool can be. But they got it just at the right time. I mean, Eddie Howe said, "Is there a better scorer than Dan Burn?" I don't think there is. And what a header! Incredible. And then Alexander Isak does what he does best. And yeah, it was what they needed. Performance they needed. It was just brilliant, wasn't it? I'm struggling for the words. I've had about maybe 2 hours after kick-off, 2 and a bit hours after full time. I don't really know what to say. It was just we didn't plan for this, did we, Dom?
No, it's emotions that ourselves, even as journalists and the fans who we are currently stood where the Newcastle fans were, didn't know how to feel, how to react. These are, unless you were alive in 1969 and remember it, or 1955, you don't know what it's like. Particularly 1955, to win at Wembley. This is first time even scoring a goal in a cup final since 1976, and they got beat in that final. They did something that few people could comprehend today, and it's such a privilege to be here, and even wherever you're watching it, to be in this moment, the 16th of March 2025, which was a question I put to Eddie Howe. I went, this is a day people will remember for years and years to come. And does he feel like a legend? Do his players feel like legends? And Eddie Howe, typically modest guy, was like, can't go there as of yet. But then later in the press conference, readdressed the question and was like, the players, they will be legends. People will remember Bruno, Kieran Trippier lifting that Carabao Cup. And it feels wrong to single out any individuals, but to a man, Newcastle were superb today. But one player who they didn't have, or two players they didn't have in the Liverpool game last month at Anfield, who made such a big difference today. Alexander Isak with his just finishing prowess up front. But in my opinion, the best player on the park today, Joe Linton, was a proper 10 out of 10 cup final masterclass from him. He was everywhere. He blocked everything. He celebrated everything. And it was just Joe Linton at his absolute peak. And I thought actually in general it was Newcastle at the very best today. And honestly, admitted after the game Newcastle deserved the win, and they've deserved to win the entire thing.
We spoke for the last couple of weeks saying that the midfield is where that game was going to be won or lost, and it was won today. They came to Wembley as underdogs, really. Even more underdogs than they were in 2023 against Man U, and they beat Liverpool from minute one. They ran harder. They just did everything better than Liverpool. And Liverpool, I mean, Mo Salah played. Tino Livramento was fantastic against him. I don't think he had a touch.
Barely had a sniff.
Liverpool were just bullied and battered and bruised, and Jamie Carragher said after that Newcastle wiped the floor with them, and that's exactly what they did. They were brilliant on the pitch. Did they do anything ridiculously pretty? No, but they just did the basics right, and there was a brilliant performance. And that's all you need to do. And we'll watch that back. I'm sure the 90 minutes highlights and everything. Soak up any minute, every single minute of it, and it was just a proper performance. It was really good from Eddie Howe, and I'm really glad that he's delivered that trophy. He got really emotional in the press conference after. It was a touching moment seeing him there, and they'll go now. They're off to Dubai tomorrow, so the players are off to celebrate. And
Dan Burns at St George's Park.
Exactly.
That's some story. Make a movie about Dan Burns, by the way.
Non-league,
Champions League goal scorer, Wembley winning Carabao Cup goal scorer, England international as well in the making. So what a story. And Newcastle, I was always not worried, but there was always maybe a fear in order to win a trophy, Newcastle would almost have to lose some of its identity. But to win it with a Geordie core, a Geordie at the heart of it, scoring that goal to put Newcastle ahead, first Wembley goal in 25 years, just so special. And this is, I I think a lot of people, the 32,000 Newcastle fans, maybe the best day of their lives.
Yeah, definitely. I think, and as you say, to do it against Liverpool as well, they beat, what was it, all the top 4 so far in this competition? All the top 4, so they haven't had an easy draw. They didn't get Swansea, Bradford City or anything like that. They beat the best team in the country. Yeah, it was a brilliant day, and hopefully, they can build on that, because, and I'm glad they've got the 2 weeks rest now. We often see that, it can go downhill after a cup win, but 2 weeks now just to enjoy that. Newcastle have won their last game, the best game of the season, and now they've got Big 10 huge Premier League games to come.
I mean, they've qualified for the Conference League by winning this competition, lest we forget. Get your passports out. But
Eddie Howe didn't know that. Eddie Howe didn't know that. Dom broke that news to Eddie Howe, so yeah.
I think Conference League would almost be the bare minimum for Newcastle now. They've got it. They're going in Europe next season no matter what. But hey, after today, you're looking at Champions League now. Even though in the Premier League they've been a bit hot and cold, they've saved all the best performances in 2025 really for the Carabao Cup, both legs against Arsenal, and then at Wembley here today. It's just been incredible, and if Newcastle can get the Champions League, I mean, I was going to say it will be the best season in the modern era for Newcastle, but it probably already is, isn't it? No matter what they do really between now and the end of the season. They've ended that cup drought, and Newcastle fans have left Wembley now, descending on various parts of the capital.
Shout out for the fans. I know it's easy to sing when you're winning, but they were brilliant from minute one. Even when Liverpool scored at the end, they were right behind the players.
That was nervy.
You felt, but the crowd, I think, knew that they needed that little extra 5-10% at the end. And the scenes in the corner over there when they were keeping the ball in the corner.
Brilliant game management.
Yeah, it was fantastic game management. The crowd reacted to it, and Newcastle did something that Newcastle don't do. They won at Wembley. Mad. So what a day. Fantastic. I don't know how to end, to be honest, because
we'll end by saying check out shieldsgazette.com. Joe Buck on Twitter, Dom Scurr on Twitter, or X, sorry. And we'll have all the video content, all the match reaction, player ratings already up there, Eddie Howe reaction already up there, shieldsgazette.com, and all the fallout from the Carabao Cup. But on the whole, we're going to go enjoy our night, because these nights do not come around very often. So if you're watching this, I mean, it might be days time. Hope you enjoyed this Carabao Cup win, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks probably. Well, I'll be back at Eddie Howe's press conference ahead of Brentford. Big game.
I think it'll be a slightly different press conference this time.
It's just framed differently. Everything. The club has changed forever, and that is brilliant. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. It's been Joe Buck, Dom Scurr, Shields Gazette. Check it out for all your Carabao Cup 2025 winners reaction.